Hello everyone, and welcome back to probably the last video of this part of the Victory Garden for 2018. Things are starting to look straggly. The cucumbers look like they are just about to be done, and I finally pulled up the shallots. Aren't you excited to see what happened? I know I was. Well, let's check it out. I have no idea how I managed to not record what I thought I was recording the other day when I was talking about the cucumber area. So anyhow, this is what the cucumbers are looking like. They are really slowing down, which is okay. They have been fabulous. One of the best things that I've grown in the garden as far as I can tell. Still got some fruit. They're starting to kind of have strange little shapes instead, so I will be picking those and pulling up this garden area. Please forgive me, it is very weedy. So down here is where I picked the shallots, pulled the shallots. Now it may be for the best that you did not get to hear my tirade about the shallots, because the shallots were a sad, sad, sad disappointment. And I will tell you what I think happened. But before I tell you about that, I want to show you the tomatoes that I'm probably going to pull up soon because they are just about done. I was trying to tell you at the end of that video about how I store the tomatoes while I'm trying to get them to ripen up a bit more, because I'm picking them when they're about this ripe so they don't split any more than that. Check out my happy bees on the basil that has way since gone to seed. But you know what is an interesting thing I have seen out here is daggum hummingbirds. I've been seeing hummingbirds loving my basil flowers and also my little marigolds. Happy bees. Happy pepper eating grass. Don't eat that bee. This is the bag I was talking about, the citrus bag. What I do is put the tomatoes that are almost ripe in here into this bag. I kind of do an overhand knot, which is going to be extremely challenging to do one-handed, but I think I can do it. So I do like this, where you have a loop, and then I hang it up. Like so. And then you got some air circulation. This is okra from my mother-in-law's house, and a few more tomatoes and some yucky little oranges. So let's talk about the shallots. Here are some of the shallots. I haven't even knocked the dirt off of them. These are some of the better ones. I also found a miraculous onion that did actually grow in the garden, because remember, I didn't think I had any of those. So, the shallots. Let me tell you what I think happened. Shallots. I think I should have pulled them sooner. If you'll notice from the previous videos, I showed how the shallots had flowered already, and they had these big, beautiful flowers. I think I should have pulled them up before they flowered, because the way that I understand that plants work, kind of like the basil, once it goes to seed and starts producing flowers, then the plant, all of the energy that it has is going into making that flower instead of making the root grow. So when I pulled the shallots up, they had really small bulbs, as you can see in these pictures. Now, I went ahead and cut a couple of the shallot bulbs the other night, and I put them in with some mushrooms that I was sauteing for supper. And they just there was hardly anything there. I really think that the plant had spent all of its energy making the flowers instead of keeping that bulb in the ground. So that is what I think happened. Comment and let me know if you think I'm crazy. Am I on the right track? Should I have pulled them? Should I have left them? What do you think? What do you think happened? And additionally, the ones that I pulled that I went ahead and cut up, there was hardly any flavor. feel like if I had done this with a Snapchat filter, it would have been funny instead of sad, because it just feels sad. Sad shallots. Give them a little more time to ripen, but overall I've been really happy with those. So let's go and talk about the thing I'm not happy about. I am not happy about the Brad's Blasted Atomic tomatoes. Every single one has split. They get to be about this, focus, this green and ripe, and they split. So I have literally picked 2 tomatoes this entire season that I could eat off of this super expensive and super disappointing plant. I was so excited about these, and they have been the biggest freaking dud. Dud. Comment if you grew these. Tell me what your experiences were, because this is so sad. I mean, look at that beautiful color and the freaking split in it. Also, please excuse this strange mark on my hand. I was swatching makeup today because I'm that kind of gardener. Anyway, as you can see here, I've got some more of these yellow tomatoes. I also have this super strange tomato that I do not know what the variety is. It does not look anything like what I purchased, so I'm thinking I may have somehow crossed this Brad's Atomic with one of my yellows. I have no idea. You can also comment below if you have any ideas about that. So I've got a couple little carrots. They're hanging out in here. I'm going to give them a couple more days, and then I'm going to pull those. And then it's going to be time to do something else with this garden, which has turned into a jungle. Also, it's probably time for me to go indoors because it's looking like we're going to get a storm. And I need to get me and the dog back in the house. Pepper, would you like to say hello? Pepper says hello. So I hope you enjoyed this last little quickie update on the garden. Again, hit me up in the comments below if you have any ideas of what the heck happened to those Brad's Atomic tomatoes. And let me know if you have any ideas for what you think I should plant in my winter garden. All right, thanks for watching. Ta-ta. I think I'm turning into one of those channels that psychs you out and you think the video's over, but really there's something else at the end. Yeah, that's getting ready to happen. Look at these lovely little flowers. I'm so excited to see them. Something pretty growing in this ugly doom pile of dead peonies. Yeah. Pretty, ugly, pretty. Pretty for like a second, and then ugly. I think I mentioned this before, that I tried to get peppers to start from seed. I bought peppers as plants. The seedlings died, the plants died. The peppers did not want to live here. They did not want to live. Remember, I think it was 2016 when the dumpster fire was like the big thing that people talked about that was funny. Like, your life was like a dumpster fire. Okay, well, I think I have the garden equivalent of this. Check this out. I call this compost peppers. Yes, y'all, after those seedlings died and the plants died, I grew peppers in my compost bin. They have actually started to flower, so I think I may actually get some peppers after all in one of my compost buckets. Compost bucket peppers for the win. Thanks again, y'all. Ta-ta.